it's Special Sunday. We've got Accidentally Fasting. Both halves here in the house for, I guess, a special Trash Fish
special
crossover.
Yeah,
event. There we go.
Yep. The biggest crossover event of 2019.
In the same way X-Men showed up in Endgame?
Yep.
All right.
I am Groot.
Here we go. I am Groot. So, welcome to our studio. Yeah, we'll call it that. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
I guess you guys kind of know our platform as far as...
We sure do, but can you... I'm going to punch him in the face.
All right, well, that'll... We're working in tight quarters here, so
as usual, we have planned this out as thoroughly as possible.
Exactly,
We've been
yep.
drafting and scribbling away at this episode for months.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now it's time.
It is.
To... you guys are just going to name off all the spoilers in Endgame and go right now, or and then we'll just cut it out and tell everybody to like jump ahead like 3.5 minutes?
Yeah.
And go.
So the scene that took place at Burger King, fantastic.
Yeah. All right.
That was great.
When they were ordering their Impossible Whoppers in St. Louis, couldn't have been better. Fantastic.
Nice. Serious question. Nicolas Cage as Ghost Rider, does he show up?
Actually, he is the Beyonder at the very middle of the movie.
Oh man.
Yeah. So,
Marvel, take all my money. There you go. I love it.
Yeah.
All right, but
So for reference, okay, so us three, we've seen Endgame, but he hasn't.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on, if you guys are wondering.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I'm also, I mean...
We should get your theory now that the movie is out and everyone who's watching this video has seen it and you haven't. We should get your play-by-play of what happens.
What do I think happens?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Man, so I will just say this. Having read, sort of the original Infinity Gauntlet, people have sort of talked to me about it, is it going to end the same way? Well, clearly it's not to some degree because they've already deviated so heavily from like the original source material.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, anybody who has read that knows that in that scenario, Thanos really is just getting a hold of the Infinity Stones to build the gauntlet to impress Death because he's in love with Death.
Yeah.
And he's just this like weird space rancher who owns a farm and he's in love. Yeah. And clearly Marvel MCU needed to create a world with heightened sort of stakes.
Well, and he was like a wimpy scientist kid that was like experimenting on people he kidnapped, right?
Wait, who's
Right.
Thanos?
See,
I didn't know that.
I swear,
Wait.
I always thought it was pronounced the nose.
Oh, the nose.
That was like
The nose.
when I was reading the comics.
The nose.
My life dead.
So in the comics, okay,
Should
so I was
I?
thinking this. I don't know if you guys have this impression, but I always feel like Thanos wants to fuck Gamora. Like there's some weird incest thing going on. But it kind of like turns me on because he's so big and
He
she's
wants
so
to get
tiny.
more of the Gamora.
So have you gotten that vibe? Does that happen in the comics?
It does not happen in the
Okay,
comics.
spoiler.
I mean,
Spoiler.
I'm sure there's like slash fiction out there to look up on the internet.
Well, there's the Hulk and Black Widow, right? In the animated pornography.
Yeah, they are
Yeah.
always flirting,
Yeah.
even as a green guy.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a lot of fucking in the comics or for the people who read
Yeah,
the
there is
comics.
still a comic. There is still the comic authorities code. Thank you for that. Nerd burn.
Wow. Was that the Power Stone right there? Is that what that was?
I think so.
Maybe use the time stone.
I can't be the only fucking person that's thinking this when they're watching it. You didn't think that at all?
About the nose and
Yes.
Gamera?
Mm-hmm.
No.
No? Okay.
I mean, I
think so.
think that they're going for there is just more of like a fatherly, daughterly
Stepfather.
sort of thing.
Stepfathers are trending right
They're
now.
going for more than a...
I mean,
It could be the next big thing in the MCU.
Totally, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, that is, I think.
You know, Hawkeye adopted a little Asian boy.
God, wait, spoiler. Oh,
No, in real life, not in the movies.
oh,
I
Jared.
think. Yeah,
Wait.
Jared Leto.
Wait, can I spoil one thing? Can I do just one thing?
Jeremy Renner? Who? Wait.
Doesn't Hulk look cute in his shirts and glasses though? Like,
Oh fuck!
That's a spoiler.
Is
That was
is
a
that
huge
spoiler?
fucking spoiler.
Why?
Dude,
He wears shirts. He wears shirts.
Wait, Bruce
You
Banner
can
is Bruce
decipher
Banner?
Yeah.
in that?
So our
Maybe.
theory about the Queer
I
Eye
agree.
guys was
I agree.
correct. Queer Eye did show up.
Queer Eye for the
Unstable.
space guys.
Yeah.
Because Thanos' ship, the nose, needs a remake on his,
Yeah.
that bleak, like, alien-esque ship where the one dude gets sucked out, like, by Spider-Man.
Yeah. All those dudes with buttholes.
In Infinity War. I'm talking about
Yeah.
Infinity War. They had to come
Ooh,
fix
wait,
that ship.
spoilers.
Yeah. Spoilers.
Sorry for anybody who has been living under a rock for the last, 2-3 years now?
10 years? I
I
don't
was
know.
trying to figure out. I kept asking, when did Infinity Wars come out? Was that 2016 or when was it?
That was last year.
Yeah.
It was a year ago and
Yeah.
Are you fucking serious? You kept telling me it's 2015.
Yeah, no, it was last. So last year it came out. I mean, that's the big thing. Is like some people have been arguing that, not arguing, complaining because Marvel put this out so quickly, and so everybody's kind of been like, the internet's just kind of been on fire with all of this like dumb, Ant-Man up the butthole, all of that stuff. Is that too early? Can I say that now? Okay.
Have you seen the
comment.
theory where Ant-Man puts Thanos up his own butt and then shrinks?
Oh, yeah. Like that.
There we go. Into the quantum zone.
Or I was thinking Ant-Man stuck in Thanos' toenail.
Oh god. And he like pops up and Thanos is all, I stubbed my toe, but I don't see a tail around.
Right.
Fuck.
But you know what? That makes sense then. Like, watching the movie, there's a lot of things that now make sense when you say they're rushing it. Spoiler.
It just, I mean, I realize they're
I mean,
under.
that's comic books to movies or
Yeah.
text to film. No matter what, it's going to be all rushed and jammed together.
So
Whether
I have-
they're
I have
following
an
it or
interesting
not.
little tidbit that's
Yeah.
unrelated to the Infinity
Situation.
Duplarities or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Where the guy who played Quicksilver in Ultron and the guy who played Quicksilver in the X-Men movies, those two guys were both from the movie Kick-Ass and Kick-Ass 2. So they were in those shitty...
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You love those movies.
I
I
do love
fucking
those
hate
movies.
Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
Kick-Ass
I
was
can't-
real.
I can't
Kick-Ass
fuck
was really
with it.
good. I did not see
can't-
Kick-Ass
oh.
too. Mark Millar's, he's a lot. He's a lot to take in. It's real dark. He gets real dark real quick.
Yeah, it was very dark, yeah.
It's the same guy who wrote. They turned it into a movie, Wanted.
Oh, yeah.
If you remember Wanted, that's also a Mark Millar property.
Wait a minute. Isn't Wanted? Is that?
That's that's
It's not taken.
Professor
Oh, yeah,
X.
that's what I thought it was Peach.
Yeah.
I'm like, I thought it was.
That was
Get a little, want a little, take a little.
yeah, that was James McAvoy and Morgan Freeman and Angelina Jolie. Didn't even watch the movie. Didn't need to because whatever. It looked like trash. But I don't think I've ever read a Mark Millar book where I walked away from it and I was like, I feel pretty good about things. Like it's usually real like glib, real glib. I mean.
No, I can see that. I mean, because my experience with that is Kick-Ass and Kick-Ass 2, so they
Do you
were
remember
very...
when Tom Cruise called Matt Lauer glib? He's like, Matt, you're glib. Do you remember that? He was asking about Scientology. No? Okay.
No.
Tom
Never
Cruise
mind.
was asking...
No,
Mark
Matt
Millar?
Lauer was interviewing Tom Cruise.
I've tried to erase everything
about
Tom Cruise
psychiatry.
out of memory.
Because Tom Cruise hates psychiatry.
Oh yeah. Well, that's
So
the
he
thing in
called them
Scientology is it's their own psychiatric help.
No offense
The
to any
hate things.
Scientologists. So we did an episode 2 weeks ago where we were kind of drunk and we started talking about. I said Scientologists were evil, right?
Randomly, out of nowhere, we were talking about, like, shoes or walking or something like that, you know.
And I was like, Scientologists.
She's like,
evil.
Scientology. You know, sorry.
Sorry,
It's
but,
been
Be
30
offensive
seconds.
to some people.
but you know what? I watched a documentary. Only like
Not real
it's
people,
the
though.
population of
Aliens.
Scientologists are so low. Like it's not even a real thing.
I mean, it's small. It's very strange that they're called
It's like the town of Boise.
a church, but I mean that I think is a whole nother podcast because I find Scientologists fascinating because I mean, yeah.
Scintillating?
Did you say titulating?
Titulating.
Yeah.
Titillating?
They are, I mean, yeah, they are a group of people that follow the writings of
L. Ron Cupboards.
a megalomaniac who spent the first 15 years of his like adult career writing pulp sci-fi garbage.
Yeah.
But had a strange enough and like magnetic enough personality that he drew in like a cult following.
Yeah.
I mean, there's something very interesting there.
Mm-hmm.
But
I agree.
Would you rather have sex with L. Ron Hubbard or Donald Trump?
Donald Trump.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, L. Ron Hubbard's dead, so
Yeah, that's
L. Ron
kinda
Hubbard.
cool.
Alright, obviously he's alive. Okay, D Trump in his
he's
prime,
in-
like 80s Trump. Like fucking his hair's all...
so oh man, okay, well I'm going on camera and saying this. L. Ron Hubbard, and I say this because he was part of like, he had drawn a lot of sort of weird practices from like I think it was what's Crowley's like like the ODO ODS, and they were Crowley, if you don't know, was big into sort of bizarre sexual magic.
Yeah. Huge Ozzy Osbourne fan.
That's right. I mean, Ozzy honored him by writing a song about him.
Yeah.
But I guess if I'm doing it, maybe Hubbard can at least like mentally transport me into some other like realm of
transport your midichlorians to the planet Septeron,
yes.
or something like that. Yeah.
Donald Trump's hands would be a great introductory to,
They're
butt
so small
play.
and gentle.
Oh, easing into fisting.
Yeah, just easing into it because he's got little baby hands. He probably has smaller hands than me. Like he probably does.
I wonder if he'd let me call him baby hands.
Aww,
Mm.
that's so sweet. So
Baby
romantic.
hands, right?
I didn't know we were gonna have such a special moment here.
I know. I really liked that.
Oh man, I just also realized this is forever going to be memorialized.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Audio and video. You're welcome, internet. You're also welcome, family.
Does your family really watch your
No,
stuff?
but I mean, it would just be
They
my
could.
luck that some
What's up, Gam Gam?
that some
So
wing,
poppy poo.
some wingding will be like, I saw
Hey,
him
puppy."
on a thing that let's watch it. Like, Donald Trump's hands have baby hands around my. Anyway,
Anyways, we can talk about more wholesome things such as
It's spring.
Oh, you guys see that Lil Dicky video?
yeah, that's. I
Oh
think
right,
what
the
we
Lil
need to
Dicky
talk
video.
about,
Yeah, the CG. It was like Californication. In the fact that it was all animated. That's what I have to say
How
about
did
it.
it? Where are you getting Californication from?
Because the video game music video for the song Californication.
I don't think
Oh,
I've
I
ever
didn't see
seen
the
it.
video.
Okay, so in that
it's like
video,
like a video game,
it's
right?
the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like the Chili Peppers each are their own little video game characters, and they like snowboard and skateboard around
okay.
LA and shit, and they have different like there's a volcano and a tsunami and
Right.
the world sinks and California is the only place left or something like that. So when I was watching the Lil Dicky one, I was like, I get it. There's like a cow and a moose
See,
and a zebra.
I thought
or
you were
whatever.
talking about your boy from the X Files.
Oh, Duchovny. Yeah.
Your boy.
Oh,
Yeah.
the TV show.
Boys.
Yeah.
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 Mulder's Californication.
Don't
yeah.
make me blush. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. What was your guys' take on?
Yeah,
the
hot-
Dicky
hot
video?
take.
Yeah.
Hot take.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I was hoping you guys would watch the Taylor Swift video that we.
Oh, you
so-
mean the one
I
where
fucking
the one
tried.
where she said something
Panic at
about
the Disco
I
a rainbow
tried.
has many
Yes,
colors?
and
So
spelling.
she
Something
just
like that.
described a fucking
And
rainbow?
spelling
Yeah.
is fun, kids. Like, what the fuck? Okay, we'll get into that. But I'm sorry. No, I. What else do you have to say about video?
I'm sure that if it were muted and playing on a TV and I
What?
weren't in the
There are
room,
hot
it would
bitches
be a
in
good
that?
video.
Were there hot bitches?
No, it was all
Any
like cows
twerking?
and meese.
Nope. It's so. I mean, should I describe the video? So if
Yes.
you've not seen the video is just a sort of claymated rendering of Lil Dicky. We'll call it that. I mean, it's a CGI
Yeah.
claymation-y like effect to him, just jumping all over the planet and like rapping about how great the place, the spherical.
It's kind of
They're
like
saying
that,
it's this generation's "We Are the World,"
That's what I was just gonna say.
Really?
Yeah.
So-
and it's
okay,
really,
that's
it's
but
really,
instead it's "We Are the Planet." It's Lil Dicky's attempt at making like a kind of
We are,
greenwash
we are.
statement.
That went
Planet
from
of the
0 to
Nation.
100, or I'm not too familiar with him. I mean, I just know he did,
Snoop D-O double
Shane
G.
Fat Bro's
did-
just a little
did
thick. Like,
thing.
how do you go from that to being a little mini environmental?
I think it's an excuse to get like 35 celebrities together and. Wow,
Sorry.
that was like.
I forgot
The
I
fuck
can't
was
record
that?
audio on my phone while I'm charging it, so.
Oh,
Okay.
there we go.
Anyways, so it's he just wanted it. It was like all for clout, basically.
I think so.
Everyone does like that.
So I feel like
Or it's just
strangely,
a really weak attempt. I don't know.
yeah, I feel very conflicted about the video and sort of the song in general. Like, it's not good. It's not my it's not my sound at all. Like, the message, I guess the problem is, like, I can't disregard the message because it is, like, underlying, hey, the planet is in crisis
Yeah, but
environmentally, and, like, let's try to do something.
Is he a vegan though?
But
Is
it's
he
like
about
Logic.
that guy?
It's like Logic trying to talk about racism.
It is, but
Wait a minute. Does Little Dicky not live on the planet though? Because I feel like that it's a little bit different.
But is he vegan though? That's all I want.
And does he drive a Prius?
Once again,
or
like
Uber
I
in
guess
Korea.
I can't believe I'm saying about the guy who did like the brain or whatever the fuck that terrible shit was, and then he did that thing with where he basically switches bodies with
Oh, with Rahana Beater.
yeah
Chris Brown.
Chris Brown.
yeah so
Chris Braun, more like it.
yeah so he like had that video with Breezy where most people
Oh, that
went
was a
on the
horrible
internet and
song.
was
Oh,
like,
God.
oh, this is just like Lil Dicky being able to say the N-word and basically get away with it because he's like doing it somehow through
Channeling
Chris
Blackface.
Brown.
Lil
Yeah.
Dicky is pretty
I mean, it is-
problematic.
Yeah.
It's problematic.
But
for sure.
at the same time, like oh man, but he is, I think on a certain level, maybe misguided. He is trying to do something good because there's a thing at the end of the video where it's like, donate, do some shit,
Yeah.
be like,
Which is nice.
I like can't it. I'm getting older. Like, there's a younger version of me that would just
All cynical.
shit on everything that he did. And while I want to shit on all of it, I'm also like, fuck. Like, everybody in that video, all the voices, because you don't see who they are, and 2/3, 3/4 of the people that show up, news to me. Like, I don't know who they are. But the kids know who they are. And, like, if it means people watch it, listen to it, play it for other people, and then somebody actually like
Takes out their recycling.
or like it, that's a difficult one for me because it's real dumb. Like, the video is real dumb, and the song is real bad.
Yeah, that's why, because he was listening to it, and I was just listening to it, and I'm like, this is a fucking horrible song. Was it as bad as Taylor Swift's, though?
I could not even.
I'm really
get through
surprised that Lil Dicky isn't a Thanos fanboy. Because if you want to save the planet that bad,
Snap.
Yeah.
I'll snap. Come on, you got to.
That
There's no other way.
Can
to
we
save
talk
the
about
planet.
that? That is like a weird. After Infinity War came out, it turned into this like, hey, I mean, let's talk about this. I guess seriously on the internet, like Thanos, he has a point.
Yeah, that's called eugenics.
Right.
Yeah.
Except it's not biased, right? It's
Like,
random
like
50%.
somebody
Right.
has
You got a
experimented
D2.
with this before.
Well, I mean, so back in the 70s, there was actually a large push by certain groups, and I think some of it even governmentally backed, at least in the United States, the idea of people
And
kind of
such
going
elements.
the China route of like population. I mean,
Yeah.
so we don't hear about it anymore, but there was this idea called 10 in 2010, which was like 10 billion people by the year 2010. Now, granted, we didn't like hit that point, but there was a lot of stuff, a lot of
What
stuff
the
written
fuck?
about it, and
It's all those comic readers, Miles.
and it was trying to like curtail birth rate, and I mean it is happening like in certain places, like they talk about South Korea. They basically, I think, will pay you to have a child, in South Korea because South Koreans are not having children.
Same with Japan, right?
Yeah.
They're all
They've got a
killing
negative
themselves
population
young,
growth.
too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's
R.I.P. Japan.
I mean, you know, and I think that it goes in cycles. But Thanos does have like a very, egregious, but I guess some sort of.
Okay, let me just tell you. So the ending of Endgame is
Oh
sad.
my God.
It is.
Oh
okay,
my God.
obviously it's sad. It's
Oh my
gonna be
God.
sad. No, it's emotional because it's ending, right?
Oh
It's
my
called
God.
Endgame. It's sad.
It is the end game.
But it was
Or is it?
too contrived. I mean, I'm almost like approaching PMSing, so I would normally cry. I couldn't even cry at it. Everybody else is sobbing, you know.
The lady and the two kids next to us were sobbing
Yeah,
throughout the
she
entire
was.
film. Like the credits started rolling in the beginning, and she's just like.
She obviously
And I was
brought her
like, bro,
children
bro.
to it.
Well, at least
she
they weren't
did 'cause
crying
were
like the
there.
kid who was in Infinity War with my wife and myself, who clearly took them there. Super big Spider-Man fans and loves all the kids.
that
And
was
then when
fucked up.
Spider-Man's like, "Oh, Mr. Stark, I don't feel so," and that kid started freaking the fuck
Yeah,
out.
dude, that
and
was-
then
I remember we
the
saw it, like,
mom
that's
was
fucked
trying
up.
to do the like, "It's gonna be all right." End credits. Like, hey man, there you go. By the way, Santa Claus isn't real. Get the fuck out of here.
Wait a minute. Do you guys think that Santa got snapped?
Dude.
I mean, think about 5 years no presents, bro. Come on, bro. 5 years no presents.
What does that even mean? 5 years, no present.
No
I don't
gifts.
fucking know. I am Groot.
No gifts for 5
No
years.
gifts on the internet.
I fucking
No
hate
gifts. Fucking
I
Santa's.
wish-
Okay, so we.
has your audience seen your collection of Gru? I honestly
What collection of group?
your dildo collection
I
of
ain't-
Groot
I
sitting
ain't
over
got
there.
nothing.
You like to shove Groot up your butt? I see it right there.
Griddle beads. That's what they call it.
Oh no.
That's not mine. It's the
I
cat's.
actually don't like Groot though. Am I the only one?
Oh.
You like Groot? You
I'm
like
a big
You like
Groot fan.
You are?
Why are you a Groot fan?
I don't know. I was just saying that to make Miles
He
feel
just
better.
wants to be contrarian.
No, I mean,
I was
because I think
just-
there is like a valid point too. So I mean, the Guardians in general, I think, are like a funny thing because everybody has jumped on the Guardians bandwagon.
Yeah,
And don't get me wrong, Guardians is great, but it is funny that like for 25 years they were like a.
if I want to watch something like
Third
Guardians of the Galaxy,
tier.
I will watch Family Matters. I will watch a 90s sitcom.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry for...
I want them to
Wow.
bring back Dolph Lundgren as the Punisher.
Can we get a cheers across?
we can-
That is
Yeah.
hands.
that's
That
badass.
is hands down the best Punisher
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
So good.
Oh, dude, I love when he's torturing the guy who's wearing the bright ass red high heels.
Yes.
Oh, I fucking love it.
It's
Caitlyn Jenner?
Yeah. Japanese Jenner. Because it's the Yakuza. So.
him just meditating naked in the sewer, which
Yeah.
I'm not a huge Punisher fan.
Mm-hmm.
Don't I remember reading that? Like, don't remember seeing that lifted from any issue of like,
Yeah.
oh man, the way Frank Miller showed him just naked in the sewer, just sitting. Twice, because it opens, I think,
Yeah.
with him doing that, and it ends with him doing that.
Yeah,
like,
full circle.
if it was just a weird like, hey Dolph, we had some like stuff written in under a nudity clause, so if we could just get you in front of like a weird candle shrine.
I'm sure it was on his part of the contract, though. He was like, if I'm going to be the Punisher, I'm going to be naked twice.
I think he's Swedish, but I like Australian Dolph way better. That's right.
Listen, kids, get
I
on, boss.
got a doctorate in astrophysics. I've been working on that for a while.
I don't agree with the logic of Infinity War,
If
but it was an entertaining film nonetheless.
excuse me, Mr. Lundgren, could you? The scenes from Rocky 4. Could you just recite it? If he dies, he dies. Well, let me try that again with a little more Russian in it. Here we go. Dies, he dies.
Let me get a little bit more Eastern European here. All right. Crikey. If he dies,
He dies.
I'm gonna chuck my fist at you.
That's not
For all you Australian listeners out there.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I still love you.
We might get an international audience from this.
An Aussie.
That'd be good, yeah.
Yeah.
He's now one of ours. He's sweet.
Yeah. You guys can have Dolph, but we get Jean-Claude.
Really?
That's how that works. Yeah, because we've got Arnold and Sylvester and Bruce Willis. So if we give the Australians one superstar,
But do we really have you consider that we do have Arnold? Like you think he's ours?
he was a governor.
Yeah, but
I mean,
not
he's...
ours.
He's a man of the people.
I don't know. He's pretty much ours now at this point.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. I don't know if I'd want Jean-Claude over Dolph.
I do. Really
Well,
John
we're
Locke.
doing the Australians a solid, right? We're being take one for the team.
I mean, they have Paul Hogan. So...
That guy, not only I think is he dead, but he also abused the fuck out of his wife for like 80 years.
Wait, Hulk
Did
Hogan
you really?
Yeah, no, Paul Hogan. Hulk Hogan. I'm sure Hulk Hogan did
Hulk
too.
Hogan, Hulk Hogan's just a virulent racist,
guys
apparently.
Hashtag me as well.
Do you remember when Hulk Hogan was massaging his daughter's butt cheeks? Like he was putting suntan lotion on it. Do you remember that controversy? The paparazzi got him like rubbing suntan lotion on her.
I mean...
I can't wait. Wait, you guys ready? Wait, let's practice. You go.
Nobody wants to see it.
Okay, fine. We'll do it for our podcast.
I think Miles just checked out of that one. He's like, nope, done.
These personalities are they're too dull for me, and I'm too.
Give
Who's the
him
other
the
Frank Castle, the
spotlight.
newer guy? Thomas Jane.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
Thomas Jane?
Who the fuck
He was.
Who
I
the
just
fuck
said he
is
was
Paul
Frank.
Hogan?
Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah. His first name Crocodile, second name Dundee.
Me and Miles watch different
Also,
things.
film credits for some Subaru commercial from like the late 90s.
Live. It's from like Saber.
Oh my god.
This is like made it new wonderful places. That's not nice.
Yeah.
Nike
I'll
spin.
tell you what. What's in the glove box? That's not a knife. That's a manual.
Subaru. It's not just for lesbians. I drive a Subaru.
Do you?
I do.
Wow.
Yeah. Goddamn Paul Hogan to be. God.
I think so. I think he was on the
You don't
other
think
end of
any
the
of these
stopping
other
the
fools
drug.
don't? Like, I'm pretty sure Jean-Claude beats his
Yeah,
wife.
Jean-Claude
Like,
did too.
I just when in doubt, you beat your wife.
I
Just
mean,
when in doubt.
in
Those
the last
guys, like-
definitely in the last 3 years, I've gotten really good at just like letting
Not
go.
beating your wife.
That's right. You know, in the last 3 years, just like I've given,
It is.
what is that like? I think it's like Turbo Negro song. All my friends are dead. like,
Yeah.
I try not like my hero is Bill Hicks because he's very dead and
he's not gonna get.
nobody like we can all speculate, but as far as I know,
But Alex Jones is him though. Like that's literally
That's
him.
the Alex,
It's
that's
the same
I bet
person.
you Alex Jones created that theory
Alex
to make himself more
Jones
popular.
Is Bill
I
Hicks.
forgot about that fucking theory. Holy shit.
Is that a real thing?
It's a real
thing.
thing.
I
Yeah.
believe it.
I totally fucking forgot about that. Which like angers me and also
fucking hot.
kind of I can
Can you guys
see it.
do an authentic Austin accent?
Hell, this is Alex Jones.
No.
I was
Are you
trying to
sick
make a
and tired
joke on
of your-
Austin,
wait,
Australia,
wait,
but it
Are you
didn't-
sick
it
and
didn't go
tired?
well.
Are you sick and tired?
Of global, are you sick and tired
Globalists,
of
eugenicists, control freaks,
Poisoning
your
your
water
water
and laughing as you get sick and die. That's his like.
That's what I'm tired of.
That's like Alex Jones' thing.
That's his thing.
Yeah.
That's his intro, right?
I mean
Or it was.
Can you imagine watching him as a stand-up comedian? That'd be awesome.
isn't
He
his whole
is.
show just
Yeah,
a stand
I'm
up?
pretty sure
I
it
mean
is.
it's all as he sort of tried to verify in court that it's all an act.
Mm-hmm.
I don't buy it, but whatever. He took conspiracy theory away from me. Conspiracy theories used to be fun and funny, and now I can't like laugh at any of them because he's out of his.
Coast to Coast starring
Ooh, Coast
George
George.
Well, have you ever actually talked to a ghost? Do you think ghosts actually laugh? Or,
There's a hipster.
this is
There's a-
George
like
Nari.
ghosts?
There's a hipster podcast where that's what they do. They do like conspiracy theories, but the guy like will mock George Norrie. I forget what it's called.
George
Are you
Norrie.
talking about the last podcast?
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
Do you-
There's a guy who, there's a podcast where they talk
Yeah,
about.
well, let
Do
me
you
just
remember
say this.
Art
They
Bell
should have
died,
called
though?
that.
He
I'm
did.
just gonna say the last
George
cast really
Norrie.
fucking missed out on the opportunity to call their show Cast to Cast. And that's their fucking fault.
With Spacecast?
Yeah, Cast to Cast and Space Cast.
Oh man, I watched the shit out of it. Oh wait, what? Now they're gone. What the fuck?
They didn't make it, yeah.
Where'd they go?
Didn't make the cut. Miles, how do you do?
I don't know. Where has this episode gone?
I
I'm so lost right now.
I feel like it just went where all
It's a
of our
family-
episodes go.
Thanksgiving dinner conversation.
Yeah,
Very special.
Yes.
especial.
Are we allowed to plug ourselves yet, or no?
Plug?
I plugged him before we got here.
Non-stop plugging over here.
Oh, shit got real weird. Okay. Well,
Hey,
not as weird as baby hands.
The infinity plugs. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Are we allowed, we're allowed to talk about ourselves?
That's up to
Okay,
you guys are here
Alex.
for?
So who are you?
Hello, my name's Alex.
Who are you?
I'm an Australian
Yes.
from the bush.
Yes. From my
Uh,
bush.
From the bush.
Yes.
So Katie and Alex and Katie, we make up Accidentally Fasting. We have a podcast, and it's on weekly on Fridays or Saturdays, whichever day we kind of get around to putting it out.
Wait, what's it called again?
Trashidentally
Fisting.
Fisting.
There we go. Yeah.
accidentallyfasting.com.
NSFW.
And so the big thing with us is right now we're starting a new series called Guided Agitations, where we do guided meditation, but they piss you off. Or they're agitating. Or
But you
whatever.
could still listen to it and fall asleep.
Yeah,
You could
it's still
do it.
relaxing.
Yeah, if you actually listen to
It's
it.
very
you know.
calming.
Yeah.
But it's shitty scenarios. Like I do one,
Don't give
spoiler
away.
alert, where you start the meditation hanging in a murder shack, and the murderer is dead on the ground. And that's how the meditation
Mine
goes.
starts with you run out of toilet paper on a Saturday afternoon. You've been using paper towels for like the past week. That's mine. But yeah, follow us. Accidentally Fasting.
So just really quickly, if I'm gonna weigh those two out, I feel like I'm gonna be a little more agitated with the murder shack than I am like
Damn it.
paper
Totally.
towel
They
butthole.
all they exponentially increase in agitation.
Sorry. Yeah. Because the opening of Saw 6 versus like, God damn it,
The
I gotta
opening
use the
of,
bounty again? This isn't good.
The quicker picker upper.
It's a lifestyle thing.
Yeah.
We wrote you guys a theme song now for the outro here.
Did you?
Ready?
Here we go.
Accidentally fasting. Accidentally fasting. Yeah.
Choo choo!
That was a really good.
that. Accidentally Fasting.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
That's
Some
good.
flavor on it.
Yeah.
Flavor.
We just only worked all week on that.
Yeah,
right.
But,
Nice.
Thank you guys.
Oh well.
What about
we
Trash
enjoyed
Fish?
that.
You guys got a theme song?
Trashidentally
Trash
fishing.
fish, trash fish, I wish I was a bitch.
Trashing in the fisher.
Oh, keep it
Remember
coming,
that
it's a
fish
trash
that used to
fish.
swing its head to the side? It was on the board.
Oh.
Oh, man.
Take me to the river.
Trash
me in the toss me in the trash can.
I feel like I'm gonna have to show up with my.
Did you guys already do an episode that explains what Trash Fish Productions like? What is
Yeah.
Trash Fish?
Yeah,
mean?
so
Oh, sorry.
the opening.
As a woman with a UTI, correct?
The first
Yes.
one. Oh, whoa. We did. Oh,
Oh,
Excuse
all right.
us.
That's
L.
my
Ron Hubbard's
lawyer.
calling.
One second.
Oh, it's my
You
lawyer.
got
Oh.
court tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
intense.
shit.
This is actually the producer for the upcoming Trash Fish
Yeah.
intro.
Yeah, Daniel Esquire the third.
Yeah.
Shout out.
There
You
we
should
go.
answer it. You should be like, hey, bro,
Practicing fish law.
you're on.
Hello. Hey, you're live on Trash Fish.
Hey, what's up, man?
Say hello.
Everybody.
Hi,
Hey,
Daniel.
what's up, Daniel?
Daniel T. Esquire the third.
What's going on?
That's cool. Oh, not a lot. Just had a quick, question regarding work.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Hey, yeah,
thanks.
don't worry about it.
I'll hit you up in a little bit.
I thought this was working.
I mean, we
guys.
are working.
Yeah.
This is totally full time. God damn it.
That was cool.
that didn't go
I
how
hope
I
somebody
wanted it
calls
to.
me.
Get the fuck
That
off the
was
phone,
fucking
Daniel.
That's a
cool.
bummer. My phone is unfortunately on airplane mode, so I'm not getting any calls right
That's
now.
probably a good thing.
But I feel like you'd be calling me if it weren't.
Yeah.
I don't normally have people calling me just to chat, so I should
You
see
seem
that
really
coming.
popular right now, actually. I'm really
Hey,
jealous.
what's up? This is Daniel. What are you doing? Anyway,
He
work's
totally
on fire.
planned that. He's like at what time is it?
Oh no, I could see him moving
4:36.
his finger
Oh,
in
yeah.
the pocket
Oh,
because
yeah.
the phone was in there. He was like, "Call me."
That's why he was so quiet. He's waiting
Morse
for that
code.
moment.
Like a shitty cutscene from The Departed.
Yeah.
Wait, you guys want to practice? Oh wait, what?
I don't know. I was
No,
looking
yeah,
at
why
the
are you-
camera.
I think we're good on
Yeah, I
that.
think. Yep. So yeah, I don't think we have any. I mean, trash fish is trash fish. It's pretty off the cuff, as I think all of this has been.
Yeah.
We're not. Nothing's planned. It's just what we talk about. What comes to
That's how-
mind.
Yeah, that's us too.
Yep.
So if you like them, come follow us because we're pretty
Which
cool.
we'll have a episode of next. This is part 1,
It's
and then
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
up
yeah.
It's
next
like
we're
the
going into
after
part
dark
2.
because you don't have our faces being recorded. Wait,
Yeah.
are we still recording us?
Well, we won't in the podcast, but we've got TF featuring AF, and next will be AF featuring TF.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In T minus
Ass
5,
fish and tits fish.
4, 3, 2, 1.